Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear scholars, Assalamu alaikum. In this session, I would like to discuss with you accreditation. This word is derived from accredit, and accreditation is a name of process uh, in which system of education is being ensured that quality standards and assurance process and control process is being uh, watched. Accreditation in teacher education. Accreditation in teacher education is a system for ensuring the quality of academic programs offered and graduates produced by teacher education institutions. जो भी टीचर एजुकेशन के अंदर प्रोग्राम ऑफर हो रहे हैं किसी यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर और जो ग्रेजुएट्स वो प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है प्रोग्राम, उनको उस सिस्टम को इंश्योर करना कि क्या क्वालिटी मेजर्स जो हैं वो उनका ख्याल रखा जा रहा है. Accreditation is not only taken into consideration in teacher education, but this is across the board, because we in quality management and teacher education, we are concerned about the teacher education. Therefore, here in this presentation and in the course title of your PhD class is about accreditation in teacher education. Similar processes also go through for other disciplines as well. Luckily, I am member of NECTI evaluation team. There is a National Accreditation Council for Teacher Education. In short terminology, it is known as NECTI. This is an agency, this is a council जो across the country तमाम institutions, तमाम degree awarding institutions और universities के programs को जो भी teacher education के हैं जिस university में भी उनको look after करती है. इसकी evaluation teams होती हैं जो HEC different universities में भेजता है. किसी HEC जहाँ जहाँ टीचर एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम्स ऑफर होते हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के अंदर या डिग्री अवार्डिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स के अंदर, उन्हें ख़त लिखता है कि आप अपने प्रोग्राम एक्रेडिट करवाएं. उसके अंदर उन्हें क्राइटेरिया भेजा जाता है और वो अदारा उस ख़त की रोशनी में अपने पेपर तैयार करता है और फिर उन्हें अप्लाई करता है नेक्टी को कि आप आएँ और हमें एक्रेडिट करें. इसकी पर प्रोग्राम एक पर्टिकुलर फ़ीस होती है, वो उस यूनिवर्सिटी ने, उस अदारे ने जमा करवानी होती है और आफ्टर सबमिशन ऑफ दैट फ़ी NECTI again writes a letter to that institution, concerned institution, that after 4 weeks or 6 weeks, HEC NECTI evaluation team will visit you for 3 days to evaluate your offered program. So the member of these evaluation teams are taken from different institutions on the basis of their experience and their profile. Luckily, I am one of them. I am member of this NECTI program evaluation team. I have evaluated teacher education programs of University of Karachi, IBA Sakhar, and Baluchistan University. Similarly, Hazara University. So, NECTI, first of all, offer a 5 days workshop for 30 hours to the program evaluation members how to evaluate the program to award them accreditation certificate. So initially an accreditation is granted to any of the program in any of the university primarily for 1 year, and on the basis of their performance it is confirmed for another 2 years. And after every 3 or 4 years, whenever one session that was accredited is passed out, then a review is also conducted by this team. इसकी एग्जांपल आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी से ऐसा है कि आपका जो लोअर माल कैंपस है वहाँ पे 2 प्रोग्राम थे, पीएचडी एजुकेशन और एक था एमबीए एग्जीक्यूटिव 1.5। तो जो एक्रेडिटेशन टीम फॉर बोथ ऑफ द प्रोग्राम्स अलग अलग आई, उन्होंने देखा कि वो जो एवेल्यूएशन परफॉर्मा है उसकी जो बेसिक नीड्स हैं वो कैंपस पूरी नहीं कर रहा, तो उन्होंने कह दिया कि हम आपको एक्रेडिट नहीं कर सकते, आप ये प्रोग्राम यहाँ नहीं चला सकते, आप उसके बेसिक क्राइटेरिया को मीट करें, फिर आप एनओसी के लिए अप्लाई करें, एनओसी लें और फिर प्रोग्राम वहाँ पे लॉन्च करें। यही वजह है कि वहाँ से हमारा पीएचडी एजुकेशन का प्रोग्राम सैक हुआ और तो इधर डिवीजन ऑफ एजुकेशन में उसको शुरू किया गया। एमबीए एग्जीक्यूटिव 1.5 के लिए यूनिवर्सिटी वाज not meeting the criteria regarding faculty, so faculty induct की गई, तो फिर प्रोग्राम वहाँ शुरू हुआ और फिर वो अब एक्रेडिट भी हुआ है। मज़ेदार की बात यह है कि any of the program being offered by the university, rather it is BS undergrad program, graduation program, masters, post graduation, सब की अलग अलग से एक्रेडिटेशन करवाना होती है। Here are some standards for accreditation of teacher education programs. स्टैंडर्ड 1 जो है उसमें करिकुलम और इंस्ट्रक्शन को देखा जाता है। इंस्ट्रक्शन इज अबाउट द पेडागोजी। स्टैंडर्ड 2 assessment and evaluation system. Standard 3 is about physical infrastructure, academic facilities and learning resources. Standard 4 is about human resources. Standard 5 deals with the finance and management. Standard 6 is about research and scholarship. And Standard 7 deals with the community links and outreach programs. Let me discuss in detail all these standards that are carried out while accreditation is conducted. So the first standard, that is curriculum and instruction in accreditation, is about the curriculum development process. The curriculum is developed based on national policies, consulting all stakeholders and assuring regular and recurrent revisions. So when curriculum is developed, all of the stakeholders, that mean students, experts from the disciplines, consultants of the relevant field, higher officials from the relevant field like higher education department, people from ministry, curriculum developers, and members of NACTI, Quality Assurance Department, and many more. And many more are taken into consideration. Accordingly, all these people work together and comprehensive process is run. For example, when first time the curriculum was developed for B.Ed honor 4-year program, you can see a list uploaded on HEC website. Across the country, almost more than 80 professors were requested, and a 4 days, 5 days meeting and workshop was held at HEC, and different discipline groups were formed, and the people of the common interest towards their area of specialization were participated in different teams, and they developed a course. Before this final comprehensive meeting, at different levels, multiple meetings were held to do this. Curriculum content and description of the program. The curriculum presents a detailed description of the program that is flexible, updated, and appropriate for diverse spheres of the professional, personal, present, and future development of prospective teachers. So it is taken rigorously to coin all these relevant contents. Number 3, regarding curriculum and instruction, is course, transaction, and classroom management. Course activities are designed and conducted to facilitate the learning and teaching experience in a conducive and interactive classroom environment. So the content is prepared with the objectives that teachers will make sure in the classroom that conducive and interactive classroom environment will be made. Teaching learning procedures and methods. Teacher educators deliver course content using appropriate, varied, and innovative methodologies. Teaching practice and internship. There is a mechanism for prospective teachers to undergo teaching practice and internship to enrich their learning experience and provide them with adequate feedback. I think so. You all are familiar with the teaching practice and internship. Teaching practice is a graded practice offered during the semester against 100 marks for masters and for 200 marks in undergrad programs. But internship is a practice that an individual has to do after conduction of the final exam. This is just the requirement of degree issuance, whereas teaching practice is the requirement for degree awarding. Without this, he is not declared able to award the degree, but awardship of the degree has been made to any of the participant in case of internship, but only the degree issuance criteria is internship. Standard 2 is about assessment and evaluation system. There is evidence that the program plans and provides activities that will foster educational quality based on feedback from valid assessment. So the assessment and evaluation system has been devised and approved by the Quality Assurance Division of HEC. You know, that is comprised of two types of assessment: formative assessment and summative assessment. Maintenance of an assessment system. There is evidence that an assessment system is put in place adequately and transparently managed to produce useful information following ethical guidelines and the individual's right to privacy. You know, the system of assessment, as I discussed earlier, is formative and summative. So it is an ongoing process that goes throughout the semester. Major 5 components are conduction of midterm examination, provision of assignments, presentation in the classes, and class participation by the students, and finally, final exam conducted in the end semester. So this whole activity is conducted adequately with the maximum transparent system according to the guidelines of Higher Education Commission, Pakistan. Assessment and monitoring of prospective teachers. You know, the students of any of the teacher education degree, rather it is B.Ed education, B.S. education, B.Ed honor, MPhil education, or even PhD education, all the participants are known as the prospective teachers. You know, they are supposed to serve as teacher in the field after completion of their degree. Therefore, a systematic, valid, and reliable procedures and tools are used to assess prospective teachers with the intention of using the data to improve educational quality. Moreover, a monitoring, assessment and monitoring system of teacher educators as well as their, you know, the teacher educators are those people who serve as, who are working teachers. Therefore, a systematic, valid, and reliable procedures and tools are used to assess the teacher educators with the objective of using the data to improve quality of teaching and learning. Standard 3 is about the physical infrastructure, academic facilities, and learning resources. As far as facilities are concerned, the institution offering the program has to facilitate the students and have to ensure a safe, healthy, and academic environment for the students. Number 2 is the library. That is also the physical infrastructure and academic facilities. The institution that hosts the program has an accessible and well-equipped library, but nowadays this is also known as the academic resources, that is e-library. Orientation and support. The program provides prospective teachers with the necessary opportunities to learn from the teacher educators and cooperative with teachers as they put into action their newly acquired competencies. So the learning sources are also the otherwise sources other than library, the access of the e-journals, the digital library access, and provision of high-speed internet to access the sources as well. Standard 4 is about human resources. First and the foremost component in this regard is the recruitment. The program recruits the necessary personnel through transparent procedures and criteria. So the recruitment of the candidates, participants, janitorial assistants, auxiliary staff, teaching, and monitoring personnel. Professional conduct. The teacher educators and sports staff follow professional ethics in their behavior. This is also a criteria, a standard devised from Higher Education Commission Quality Assurance Division towards the accreditation. Let me say here, if the students are not satisfied by the behavior of the sports staff and the teachers, it will create some hindrance towards award of accreditation in any of the program. That's why I do remember that when working on the team of evaluation for accreditation, there are different columns in the evaluation pro forma, wherein we have to interview at least 5 students of that program, asking them the different questions regarding professional conduct. Similarly, the teachers recruited and other sports staff recruited for that program are being interviewed. Accordingly, there are certain columns in the performa to ask different information about their induction. Rather, they were inducted through any transparent procedures or the reference basis. If the reports reflect, if the data reflect that some transparent procedures were followed, they are eligible, they declared eligible to award the accreditation. Otherwise, they are advised to do more work and enhance their capacity in this regard, and the accreditation will be awarded in the next visit. So the multiple visits the accreditation team made to know about all of these standards Either they are prevailing or bypassed by the institutions or degree awarding departments. Standard 4 carried on. The professional development. The teacher, educators, and support staff take advantage of the opportunities provided by the program of institution or professional development. Earlier, I think I have called that degree awarding department. It's wrong. Degree awarding are the institutions, not the departments. I correct that. Workload of teacher, educators, and support staff. Similarly, as I am talking about the performa that is filled by the evaluation team after interviewing and going through the different documents and analysis of their records, it is it becomes evident that up to what extent they have awarded different types of duties, and they have assigned the workload up to what extent to their educators and their support staff. Because a certain type of assignment or workload isn't necessarily to be met by any of the personnel working in the institution. So if they are not meeting the criteria towards the workload, they might have inducted some person else. So for low workload, many people working there can affect cost. The program will be much costly there. So the financial issues are also taken into consideration while evaluating their process. So they are advised that to cut short the number of working force there if the workload is less, and vice versa. If the workload is more than the devised criteria, they might be advised to induct more people to facilitate the institution. Incentives for retention. A clear incentive system is devised and executed to enhance retention of teacher, educators, and support staff. When there is low salary package and workload is um, more than the requirement, so people retention from there is high. But to stop the retention, they are checked about that up to what extent their incentives are they compatible to the market, are they paying the people up to the rules and regulations devised by the ministries, government, and otherwise. If there is some deficiency, it is written by the evaluation team there that we advise, we propose that you should enhance the wages of the people. But very interestingly, any of the evaluation team uh, does not take care of the honorarium if it is more than the set standards. They are not, it's not their mandate to propose that lessen the incentives of any of the team, any of the worker. Mostly this thing comes into notice in the case of private sector institutions, because in public sector, all the things are according to the provided criteria by the governments. Finance and management. Budget of program. Program manages its budget transparently and accrues independent funds when possible. Management. The program is effectively and efficiently managed. Retention of prospective teachers. The program provides an environment and instruction that retains competent prospective teachers with them. Research and scholarship, this standard is very interestingly looked into deeply in any of the team of accreditation where I am member on that team. I go for the deep consideration of their documents, their analysis of the data, their Peruvian records regarding research and scholarships. So programs, research and knowledge generation plan. The program has a knowledge generation research plan that covers wide range of relevant local, national and international issues, dissemination and use of research outputs. वो कहते हैं ना जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा, तो आपने बहुत सारी रिसर्च करवा ली, बड़े डिजर्टेशन करवा लिए, थीसिस की एम्बार लगा लिए, लेकिन अगर वो डिसमिनेट नहीं किए, अगर उसको किसी ने पढ़ा नहीं, आपने अलमारी में रख छोड़ा, तो उस रिसर्च का क्या फ़ायदा. सो टू address this issue, dissemination of useful research is outputs is very necessary. For this purpose, any of the institution, degree awarding institution, necessarily bound towards sparing some finances to be used for this purpose. Therefore, the research outputs are disseminated to the concerned stakeholders and are used for the improvement of the program and institution. Community links and outreach. Linkage with the community. The program sustains a constant dialogue with the community for mutual benefit and support, supporting an equitable and fair community. The program takes measures to assure that the treatment is fair, equitable, and supportive to members of society. I would like to ask you that, there is a department that is known as the outreach department in the University of Education. What this program do is they have connections with the society, and they are working for upgradation the education standard in the vicinity and nearby areas of the university campuses. For this purpose, almost 95 failing schools have been opted by the University of Education, and successfully this outreach directorate is running those schools. Moreover, trainings professional development are being conducted under the umbrella of this outreach program for the teachers of private sector and public sectors as well. The process of accreditation, you can see here, it starts from the planning for improvement, how accreditation process is comprised of the two major components. The first one is the external academic audit, that is the quality assurance, internal evaluation, that is the quality enhancement. So quality assurance rests with the Higher Education Commission or the peer review by the peer organization, education institutions. The different member teams are on this committee. They visit different institutions as NECTI do, and the internal evaluation quality enhancement cell also work on it throughout the year. They also constitute a team that works with teachers and departments, the related departments. Ultimately, what resultantly they do on the basis of their observations, they go for planning for improvement. So accreditation is a combination of internal evaluation by program, institution, and external academic audit by the NECTI. internal and self-evaluation. You may see here the steps taken in internal evaluation are: head of department conducts orientation meeting of the faculty and the staff, formation of institutional accreditation committee, establish designate accreditation center, secure basic accreditation documents on the basis of national standards for accreditation of teacher of education program, and manual for the institution. Then they submit an application to NACTI, conduct training of the staff for self-evaluation if needed, then prepare accreditation prerequisites through institutional document templates, self-evaluation reports, and program performance profile. Finally, the case is submitted to the NACTI, and then after document analysis, NACTI gives some certain input, and the institutional process, in this process, formation of institutional accreditation committee and self-evaluation report is submitted to the NACTI, that is the output of the department. And the steps taken into external academic audit are receiving program application, checking requisites, plan and conduct visit, desk audit, data entry and analysis, recommend case to the council, award of accreditation level by the council, notification of the decision on accreditation. And what the external evaluation is, that is the program input, self-evaluation report, self-improvement plan, and formal application. NACTI process it, prepare for evaluation visits and analysis, and their output is in terms of the recommendation of the status, diagnosis of strengths and weaknesses of the program. And that's all about the accreditation. And NACTI, that is National Accreditation Council on Teacher Education. Thank you.